Welcome to your weekly energy update, and we're looking at the week of May 15th through May 22nd. And of course, these are also timeless, so if you're coming across this video outside of that time frame, I would still trust your intuition and watch the video because I'm sure there are messages for you. If you are watching this for that time period, on May 15th, we do have a full moon in Scorpio that actually has a total lunar eclipse. And a total lunar eclipse happens when the full moon moves into the Earth's shadow. So the Earth is standing in between it and the sun, and so it gets caught in the shadow. And the sun is still shining, the same amount of brightness, but we just don't see it because of the perspective we're having on the Earth. So what we're going to be looking into for this week's reading is, what sunshine are we currently overlooking? I'm going to jump into your specific sign right now and see what the Creator wants you to know. All right, Libras, this is your weekly energy update, and we're going to start off pulling a card from the Power Thought cards by Louise Hay. Just a side note, any of the cards I use, I do list in the description box below. I'm going to see here, what sunshine are you currently overlooking in your life? So for our Libras, what would you like them to know, please? For our Libras. Okay, this is one right here. And do you have my life is a mirror? And it says on the other side, the people in my life are really mirrors of me. This affords me the opportunity to grow and change. So that is the sunshine that's underneath it. I know at first that sounds like a dark thunderstorm, right? But there's two sides to that always, right? So whatever you're looking at in a situation and any thoughts that you might have about others, that's because a piece of that somehow is within you. So if you look at someone and go, oh my gosh, they are so amazing, I love who they are, I love what they do, it's because you have that capacity within yourself as well. Now, of course, on the flip side of that, we also, if you look at it and go, wow, that dictator of that country is, I just can't stand them. It's like, oh, how am I being a dictator in my life or someone else's life? Because the reason why there's this mirror happening for us, it's happening for us. Like I said, it's not happening to us. The mirrors in our life don't happen by accident. It's happening specifically reflecting back to us what we want to see about ourselves until we see it. Things don't bother us if we don't feel somewhere inside of us that they're true, right? So we'll dig more in here, of course, and we're going to pull from the I Am Everything affirmation card deck here and see what else. What else for our Libras, please? Okay. I do want those two right there. And do you have, whoa, I am free. Yes. Love it. Says, I release myself from the thoughts and feelings that have held me back. Any guilt, shame, embarrassment, self-doubt, and fear that I harbor, I release. Today, I am free. And that's what this mirror does for you. Because if you don't see those things, you don't feel like in that example I gave of the dictatorship. If someone trying to control others is really bothering you, there could be a lot of control inside of yourself going, they're not acting the way I think they should be. That's not unfolding the way I think it should be. Blah, 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 blah. We have so many hands and so many things trying to control so many things that this mirror helps us understand and see, wow, I didn't realize how much energy I was investing in trying to control everything in the outside world. It allows you to turn in your God's little sheriff badge and go, you know what? I don't think you need my help. Here, I'm going to live free. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to, in releasing yourself from all these controls and all these supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and musts, you free yourself, you free others as well. So I love it. Yeah, I am a creator. That says, everything around me began as a thought. My clothes, my home, and even the roads I drive on were once just thoughts. When I take the time to contemplate my surroundings, I grasp all of the thoughts that took place to create the world. Likewise, my thoughts have created things. My thoughts create my actions and thereby create my life as I know it. Therefore, I strive to think about my desires optimistically. I am a creator. Yes, you're the creator of your world here, and you have both of these, of course, so related. But that's what is wonderful. You start to see like, oh, okay, I see the world as I am, not as it is. So when you have this mirror reflecting back to you, you start to understand the world that you're creating, and you understand how you can set yourself free as well, which is beautiful. We're also going to pull from the Sun and Moon Tarot here to see what else the Creator wants all of you to know. Libras, Libras, Libras. All right, so what else for our Libras, please? Okay. And those two. So they want these two and these two. What else? And that one. Okay, and these two. Okay. So let's dive in here. We'll start with these over here. And I love that you got the Star card here, because the Star card, this is you. This is your beautiful, bright self, the star that you are. You know, you are powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being made of unconditional love. And this is the powerful self. It's called the Aquarian energy card because they're the water bearer here, and they're pouring these living waters back out into this emotional sea here. And so this is it's like a card of hope, but it really is, the hope kind of comes from connection of your higher self, of the higher realms. And where this kind of comes in is you have the Six of Swords here, and the swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your mentalities, expectations. But the Six of Swords is about movement from one shore to another in your thoughts and how you were looking at things before. So you are making this movement in this transition in how you're approaching things and what you're looking at things. It says science here, but it's kind of like almost like your experiment is changing. You know, the way you were looking at things, you're like, oh, wait a minute. I used to, just be reflecting outward into all these little small t truths, all of those things you're trying to police, all those supposed to's and shoulds, all those popular opinions that you took on as your belief systems. And this is like you questioning it, and how you set yourself free as you move from the old ways of thinking to the new ways of thinking, because you have here the Eight of Swords, and the eights are about movement to a higher level. And you can see all the strings attached here that are going down. It's all these thoughts and these beliefs that are making you feel restricted and confined and limited. And these are the thoughts that you are setting yourself free from, because you're realizing that it was my beliefs, these stories that I was telling myself on what should be and supposed to be. Those were the things that were making me feel confined, but I had no idea, because I've been conditioned that way since I was very young, and I wouldn't know any better unless I had this mirror. And so this mirror is what is setting you free from these restrictive belief systems about who you're supposed to be, who you should be, how you're supposed to act, what you're, just all of those long list of rules that we have, which I call conditional love laws. All those list of things that have to happen in order for you to be lovable and be acceptable, right? Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. So as you're making this movement from the old ways of thinking to the new ways of thinking, this opens up new opportunities in the outside world for you. So this new ways of seeing things allows you to see solutions and opportunities where you didn't see them before. The whole thing with the Eight of Swords is when you have this narrow viewpoint of how things have to be, you miss all this other information out here because you won't look beyond these walls. But once you expand and open up and move, and release yourself from these swords, you have these beautiful awareness where you almost have like too many possibilities. You're like, well, I could do that, or I could do that, or I could do that, I could do that. So you have all this stuff that's happening. So a lot of ways of changing things and altering things and transforming things where you didn't see it before. So beautiful. And then you have the King of Swords. So here you go. There's the King of Swords. He's wielding this Ace of Swords here. And that Ace of Swords does a couple things for you. One, allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm. Here you are, the star connecting to the higher realm. You get to see things from a different perspective. You get to see things from a place of unconditional love instead of from a place of fear. And that Ace of Swords, in addition to allowing you to connect to those capital T truths, allows you to cut away these small T truths that no longer serve you. So that Ace of Swords is your power. It allows you to move from these old ways of thinking into new by getting rid of the old ways, because simply questioning them and trying to understand why do I believe that? Where does that come from? That is what sets you free, right? And then you have the Nine of Cups, happiness. Cups are your emotions. There's the beautiful full moon in Scorpio. You're like walking on water. You're so happy and excited and emotionally, fulfilled here. Here you are, those living waters. That's the unconditional love of the creator of all things that you find from within. The nines are reflective of the Hermit card, which is the number 9 in the major arcana of the tarot. And it's actually the star that's in the Hermit's lantern that helps him as he turns inward to find his inner wisdom. That is the star. Your connection to your higher self is what helps guide you on the path. This happiness, this emotional fulfillment from within comes from that connection, comes from you searching and looking inward for your fulfillment, your wholeness, instead of this outwardness, all these supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's. So it's beautiful that you're coming to this awareness. Yeah, because here's the Princess of Cups. That'd be the Page of Cups. New level of emotional. You have the new moon here, which represents like this new emotional change, this new emotional unfolding. And it makes total sense as you're connecting to this higher realm. You're opening up more to that emotional side of the higher spiritual realm instead of the fear and the instability of the, emotional side of the human experience. Because we're taught, of course, all these, like I talk about, all these opinions on the supposed to be's and should be's and all those things that we grow up with. If we don't question them, we just keep regurgitating them from generation to generation to generation. But this new moon is basically this announcement. Pages, princesses are pages in the Standard Tarot. Pages are announcers. They're the proclaimers. That went around from town to town saying, "Hear ye, hear ye." And like this is the proclamation of this new level of love. You're moving to this new place within it. And, definitely this happiness is it's like a wish fulfillment card. You're feeling this wholeness and this completeness from the inside out, though, not trying to get it from the outside in, which is what we're taught, right? So beautiful mirrors are coming for you to show you how you feel about yourself until you see it. One of the biggest transformations I had in my life were through all my exes. Had like 5 significant relationships that between I was with him like between 1 year and 3 years, off and on, 5 different individuals. And because I learned very fast, evidently, but it all happened on purpose for a purpose, because they continually showed me how I felt about myself until I saw it. And, I was people were unfaithful to our relationship commitment. I was going to say I was cheated on, but you learn that this is not about you. You learn that, okay, they were not faithful to the relationship commitment. They, spoke to me in ways that I did not think were appropriate for a relationship. They used my money in ways that I felt I did not want it to be used. But looking back at all those situations, I felt like I was disrespected, like I was not being honored. And I think it was the book, The Path to Love by Deepak Chopra, where he said, he asked a question, spoiler alert, by the way, if you're going to read the book. In one place it says, what are you searching for in a partner? And so I wanted respect because I felt I was disrespected. So I said, I want someone who respects me in all areas. And then you continue to read on, and it says, well, what you're searching for in others, you really are wanting to find it within yourself, and you need to find it within yourself. And I was like, what? And I threw the book across the room, of course. And after I calmed down, I really realized and thought about it and go, do I disrespect myself? And I realized when I get into a relationship, at least in the past, I would give up my other friends, give up everything, even move out of state for someone else, give up my job and my home and everything else to be with them. And I was like, that's not respecting myself, And so it was right. It was a mirror. They were showing me how I felt about myself. They couldn't love me any more than I loved myself. I could not accept love from anyone else more than I loved myself. And so this mirror is a blessing. It is a beautiful ray of sunshine that we may not realize is there, So I love that this is being brought up there for you, because it is life transforming. If you'll take a calm look, like I said, the 9 of Cups, look within, see what mirror you're seeing, but don't do it in a judgmental way. Just go, okay, I wanted these, I call them my teachers now, all these relationships. And there was even non-romantic relationships too. All these mirrors came into my life on purpose, for a purpose, to show me what I wanted to see about myself until I saw it. So I love this for you. I'm going to leave the reading there. They don't have anything else they want to add. But if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these weekly energy updates, I also put out a monthly reading for each zodiac sign. Also, a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of those and be notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up and click the like button, also click the subscribe button, that gives you access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, if you select the all option, then you'll be notified of any new videos that come out on this channel. Also, doing those things helps spread the love, and it helps my channel grow in a significant way. Because when you like a video, you share a video, you comment on a video, or you subscribe to a channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy it wants to share the videos of that channel with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, I am definitely very grateful for that. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information or answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box below. All right, all you Libras, as you go through this amazing week, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Creator of all things, and of course, I love you too. Have an amazing week. I'm sure I'll be talking to you very soon, but in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.